Seth Widener here. Today I'll show you how we added some steps to this RV. The before. The existing is 3 steps that fold out from the RV. We want to make 4 steps with a handrail. Let's get this build moving. We have 5 treated 4-step stair runners. We use 7 pieces of 12-foot long composite decking. We cut each piece to 6-foot equal lengths. Watch your fingers, Rob. That looks really close to your fingers, Rob. Here we're trying to figure out how we're going to hang our runners on a single 2x6, since we don't have a platform to attach them to. In the end, we used our skewed hangers and attached them loosely, and we later attached them firmly once we had several stairs attached. Here we're putting a couple nails in slots in the top of each hanger so that they can be adjusted up and down. And we're figuring out the spacing, evenly spacing our stringers. They're less than 16 inches on center, so I think we're good. And discuss. Figuring out our spacing and placement of our treads and risers. Here we've put one step on permanently, the others are just laying there, and we've put some blocks in place. We're going to stand up some posts, clamp them in place just to see what it looks like and get our alignments correct for our posts. Here the whole assembly is rolled forward, laying on its front. We have a couple of posts attached with lag bolts, 2 in each post, through the back 2x6. The post on the left side has been cut to length. We have 4-foot post covers that will go over the top of these. Here you can see the post covers in place, and the front posts are also lag bolted in place. We've also added a 2x6 to the back at the very bottom of the posts for lateral support to prevent any swaying. Here we're figuring out our handrails. This was probably the most difficult part of the whole process, figuring out the angle, laying the boards down, marking them, and then cutting them to the right angle. See that guy in the background? He's cooking steak. So after we got our top and bottom rails cut to length and the right angle, then we pre-drilled and attached a baluster to each post, and we made it so the top of the rail was 6 inches from the top of the post. And here we're figuring out exactly where the top of the rail will be and where the top of the baluster would be. The top of the balusters were square, so we had to adjust them so that they would match the top of the rail. Finally, attaching the balusters to the posts. We pre-drilled each hole and then drove in deck screws. We used approximately 3 pounds of deck screws on this project. Once the post balusters are in place, we attach the rails to that baluster. And here we're using a 2x4 scrap piece as spacing between our balusters up this side rail. We used the same for the other side. This worked out almost perfect. Here I hold the 2x4 against the baluster. We hold the next baluster in place, pre-drill top and bottom, and then screw it in place. And then step up to the next one. Here we're repeating the same process of locating, drilling and attaching balusters to each post. Again, we'll add 2x4 rails, top and bottom, and then the balusters to the outside with spacing of a 2x4. And here we're attaching the baluster to the front post. Here we are pre-drilling and attaching the rails to the balusters that are attached to the posts. The slide out here is in the way for attaching the intermittent balusters, so we had to retract that slide out, and then we were able to attach it. And then we added a piece of decking to the top of both sides. And here's the steps in place. We did have to trim the cap right next to the door so that the awning and the door could both open. There's not much space there. Now time for the oohs and the ahs. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. No fingers were lost in the making of this video.